I decided to take a leap into the unknown, and I will go on a solo trip to a sort of spiritual retreat that has been recommended to me by so many people. People claim this is such a life-changing experience. I really want to see with my own eyes what this whole hype is all about. Now let's hold on the Zen vibes, because this is not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be actually like a marathon. Just to get there, I have to take 5 trains, 2 buses, and these will be in total 12 hours. I cannot find flights in the slightest, so I will have to do this trip in 4 wheels. So fingers crossed, this whole retreat experience is worth more than my coffee maker on Monday mornings. This is what I'm picturing right now, a tiny village in the European East Coast, the kind of place where Wi-Fi is a myth and the signal of my phone is gonna go on vacations. But this is what this retreat promises: meditation, yoga sessions on the beach, all the meals will be included, and all the food will be vegan and vegetarian, and all the produce comes from the same place. They have a vegetable garden there, and all the fruits and vegetables and even eggs are going to be all from that little farm. Then there will be psychology sessions. I guess this is going to be more like groupal. I don't know if there's going to be one-on-one sessions, but I didn't really wanted to find out every single detail, because I really want to go and, discover pretty much what it is once I get there. I don't want to have the whole idea in my mind of what to expect. And what else? Accommodations are also included in the price, so I will be living in that same farm in something that looks like a bird house. And yeah, that's pretty much, to me it sounds kind of like a farm to table spiritual retreat. Like, I don't know, that's how I will summarize it. This is my first time going on a trip like this, so if you ever wonder what a retreat like this can really do for you, or if you are just curious to see what's about to happen, join me on this adventure. My name is Tucci, welcome to my channel, and let's see how it goes. I have already packed, and tomorrow I have to start this trip extremely early. I need to wake up, get my car, go to the first train station, so I better go now and catch some rest. I will be in such a deep sleep at 4 a.m. that I have to set all these alarms. I don't know, I can't miss this trip, I really can't. It's finally time to go. Tampoco, pero el lunes llego, ¿sí? Te amo, te extraño, pórtate bien con la abuela. Y quiero que sepas que sos la preciosura más linda de todo el mundo. Te amo, te amo, te amo. But all the trains have been awful, and literally all my trains, like, I have few minutes to go from one train to another one, so I don't really have much time to go somewhere to eat anything. And I don't know, well, in one station I stayed a bit and I bought a salad. It was horrendous. Like, it was full of bacon, but the bacon was cold and greasy, like, cold fat. It was like, ugh, it was not nice. And then on the trains, everything was bread this, bread that. I bought a sandwich and it was full of mayonnaise. I could not eat more than a quarter of that whole thing. It was really bad. But anyways, I can't wait to get to the retreat and eat some fresh, real vegan, vegetarian food. I'm so glad I got very organized and I traveled with a bunch of snacks. I got 4 bags of nuts. I got 6 apples, 2 bananas, cereal bars, and my jar with like a liter of water. So that literally saved the day. It's all strange to pay to use toilets, but in some places in Europe, it's pretty normal. It's like €1. Like, really? Everybody's so chilled and relaxed in the trains. Everybody speaks in a really low volume, and I don't know, most of people are sleeping. It's such an enjoyable environment. In my home country, Argentina, it's so different, you guys. It's an absolute nightmare to get into a train. You have all sort of distractions. First, you have all these people trying to sell things. So they will sell random stuff like, I don't know, Coke or pencils or I don't know, whatever. And they promote whatever they are selling, shouting to the whole, wagon. I don't know how to say that in English. So yeah, that. Then sometimes, I guess it's funny, but it's true. You have bands playing music, like live music, so you can give them coins. Then it is really common to see people talking on the phone very loud, and I don't know, I'm so shameful when people are here. Like, I don't want people to hear my conversations. Not that I say weird things or anything, but I feel so uncomfortable if everybody knows about, I don't know, when I'm talking to others. I don't understand how people do that so much, but it happens a lot in Argentina. And then what else? And then this is the worst one, and the one I hate the most. Those people hearing the most annoying music, like loud reggaeton, chaotic reggaeton, whatever, and loud in their phones. Like, how do you think you are to impose everybody here to listen to music you want to listen? It happens so often. Sometimes you have two guys hearing different things in the same place. It's like, this is a nightmare. Just give me a moment, people. I wanna train experience, bus experience in Argentina is a nightmare. Sometimes I feel the need to buy a bunch of Chinese headphones and take them with me in the train and offering them to those people hearing loud music. Like, just get your headphones. What the hell are you doing? What's wrong with you? I'm in train number 3 right now. It's been way better than what I thought. I started my first train at 6:20 this morning. Right now it's like 3 p.m. and I still have 2.5 more hours until I reach destination. But last night I had insomnia, and then my daughter was crying a lot at 2:30 in the morning because she was coughing, and I had her in my arms for 1 hour. So actually I went to sleep from 3:30 to 4:30. My alarm started, so I slept 1 hour, but that made today great because I'm all day in these trains in and out of sleep, so it doesn't get that boring, or I thought it was going to be endless, and literally hours are flying past in front of me. So far it's been great. I've been all day long in trains today, and I thought the worst part was going to be the toilet experience, but so far all the trains have been so clean. The toilets are great, so it's not like every time I go to the toilet is an awful experience. Actually, never been. It's like an airport really, and they have like a coffee shop in every single train, so it's such a fancy experience so far. I'm deeply impressed. I'm about to arrive to the last place. So, yeah, it's been so much better than what I predicted. Finally, I arrived, and after all this traveling, no one can say I'm not trying hard to better myself. What mainly brought me to this trip is trying to fix a complicated relationship with someone that is very close to me. We cannot stop upsetting each other. The relationship is not going well. It's someone that it's from my family that my daughter adores. So because it's a family member, that's why I'm trying so hard to better this relationship, right? If it would have been a friend or something, well, whatever, I would take that person out of my life. But once, I'm a mom, my daughter is in the middle, it's very important to keep strong bondings with my family. So yeah, that's the main reason I'm here. Okay, let me show you this place around. Just to put this whole experience in context, I would like to tell you some of the things that brought me to this retreat. As I am going through a phase of deep changes in my life, I've come to understand that the key to overcoming a negative habit isn't just mere abstinence, but actively substituting with something positive. I would like to reflect on how sometimes we have this tendency to overcomplicate life. People often hide behind little or not so little lies to handle life's difficulties, creating a complicated web of untruths. It's like wearing a disguise, a way to protect ourselves or create a mask that hides our real feelings. However, this act of hiding behind lies, it's like a coward careful dance, a fragile balance between protecting ourselves and the risk of being exposed as not authentic. Also, here in this place, I've decided that I had enough. Enough of letting people say things that I laugh about to avoid creating an awkward moment. But sometimes a small phrase or an innocent joke can make me feel insignificant, leaving me in tears alone at night. Now, I want to start developing the habit of being more honest and direct. Perhaps it's those people who deserve to cry at night and not me. No more suppressing. I want to let people know the impact their words or actions have on me. No more silencing my feelings by holding everything inside, only to let out my anger on someone unrelated to the real source. I want to become a woman who respectfully and clearly expresses my authentic feelings when someone makes me feel uncomfortable or crosses my boundaries, even if that's not what others want to hear from me. Keep on going, keep on trying to feel fulfilled. This is another reason for coming to this spiritual retreat. And I know this is easier said than done. Many times we are drawn to blaming external factors for our problems or finding comfort in funny content or fun activities for a good laugh. That's much easier and comfortable. Introspection, though sometimes boring and tedious, it's where true growth occurs. You might read a book, watch a video, or engage in a psychology session feeling great and empowered in the moment. However, sooner or later, the initial motivation to explore ourselves tends to fade. Other things are, yeah, way more fun, and that's what we are naturally attracted to. But listen, when motivation is lost, because that's what almost always happens, discipline is what will keep you afloat. Stick to what really helps you in the long run instead of getting tempted by too many quick and temporary activities. It's so easy to get lost in distractions, but that can result in a waste of precious years. I guess it's about finding a balance between entertainment and our moral responsibility to fuel and nurture our soul, which is certainly not easy but so worth the effort. This spot is like a portal to my childhood. It's triggering a flood of memories from the farm days. It's like a total deja vu. I used to spend a lot of time in the family farm, and being here now, it's like stepping right back into those good old days. Not that my present is bad, I like my life. This retreat isn't about escaping from any particular place, it's more about just breaking the everyday routine for a bit. In this place, the air feels like a concert of bird tunes and the chill sounds of a nearby stream. We are just a few meters away from the beach. Time is slowing down, giving me a break from the non-stop demands of everyday life and motherhood. The leaves on the trees tell me stories of keeping it simple and staying strong, and a soft breeze just swept away all those heavy responsibilities. I didn't want to document every detail and aspect of this week. Instead, I aimed to provide an overall idea and image of the entire experience. I made an effort not to focus on filming the people who attended this retreat, though they might have appeared in the background. I sought to avoid being invasive, and above all, I didn't want to interfere with the dynamics of the retreat. After working for so long in a conventional, well paid job, going after a creative career pathway haven't been easy at all. Sometimes I feel pressure to follow certain life pathways,
There is obviously things that are more valued than other things, and there is always, that typical expectation like what is considered useful and what is considered useless, and then how that reflects on you as a person. Of course, everybody says you should not care about what others think or said about you. But honestly, at times external criticism gets in the middle of my thoughts and makes me doubt about my choices. Some days I feel empowered, but some days I feel vulnerable. And you know what? It's okay. I guess it's part of life. It's impossible to feel always in balance. To me, there's nothing perfect about life. It's all about making lots of mistakes and be patient for the occasional hits.
This place is full of cats, which I deeply enjoy. They are fascinated with my camera. Cats are very curious and playful. It never ceases to amaze me. I think kindness and generosity don't get enough credit in life these days. But to me, they are way more valuable than having millions in the bank. And in this retreat, I definitely found lots of both of them, which makes me feel this whole experience was absolutely worth every second of it. The sun is going down, painting the sky in warm colors. I just soak in the calm vibes, feeling the steady rhythm of nature's heartbeat. It's a timely reminder that even when bombarded with the noise of information and stimuli, one can still discover a refuge of tranquility in the quiet, untouched corners of nature.
Para utilizarse, pero yo por ir más rápida lo he metido en el horno y quizá no es la mejor opción.
The interior of the home carries a warm and rustic charm. Since it's winter, the house stays cozy as the wood-burning chimney works tirelessly to provide warmth for all of us day and night. Breakfast is a big daily ritual, and what I like the most about it is the homemade jams made from the backyard oranges and peaches. They are truly delicious. This retreat has been such a safe place to open up, feel heard, and understood. But it's time to step outside this comfortable bubble and see how I can implement all this gained knowledge in my day to day life. Mom borrowed me this suitcase and it broke, so I have to put my GoPro chest thing to make sure it doesn't collapse.
Rodalía Clandestín Valencia Nord. Este tren efectúa parada en totes les estacions del seu recorregut. Estacionado en vía el camino con destino Valencia. It's been a bit stressful because all my trains are like one arrives and the other one departs in 10 minutes and arrives and departs the next one in 20 minutes. So if one got delayed, I would have missed all the rest. And
I got all all these tickets are non-refundable, and they are so strict. Like in every single train, they check my barcode, and like if I would miss a train, I cannot take the next train that goes to the exact same place, because you can just go in the train that the barcode accepts. So if I miss a train, I can't take anything. They are non-refundable, and yeah, it was a possibility to make them refundable, but it was just paying a lot, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. I trust on my traveling skills, and so far I got all the trains. I don't have any entertainment. I don't know how I will keep myself going for 12 hours in these trains. I'm actually reading a book, but I absolutely forgot to brought it here. And I went to this place in the train station to try to buy a book, but nothing caught my attention. Nothing. No, I didn't find anything that was suitable, so I didn't bought anything. I guess I will do some meditations, and that will be it for 12 hours. Wish me luck. I'm missing my daughter so much. I can't wait to see her face when she sees me. She's there with my mom this whole week. I hope she makes a big celebration when she sees me, but I don't know, no idea. So yeah, definitely travel, being a mom is absolutely different from anything else I experienced before. I used to be this cheap world traveler, going hostel to hostel, train, bus, always moving. I did a lot of traveling with friends, a lot of backpacking, but I guess now, being a mom, all I can do, far from my daughter, it's full maximums a week. But I've been feeling day 5, I'm already like, oh god, I want to go home, see her. I think it's enough. So yeah, I'm not like a detached traveler anymore. Princess! I guess it's time to rate this experience. So as soon as the retreat finishes, I received 6 audiobooks, which it will take me a good few months to go through them. But I think it's great because those books include most of what we were talking on the psychology sessions, and it's great to have, like something after, the whole trip to still be around that sort of information. Another thing I want to talk about is food. It was absolutely glorious and amazing and delicious. And in the mornings we were going together to the vegetable garden, and we will with the person who was running this whole retreat. she was picking up everything that she knows it was, good to be eaten. And she was picking up eggs, and then all the food throughout the day was coming from that, and fruits too. So that was extremely healthy, and I don't know, it was so cool. The retreat itself was very intense, and I still have a lot of information and emotions to process. It was a lot to take on. To me, this whole trip felt a bit like a massive group session sort of thing, and actually I enjoyed way more than what I thought, in the way like it's sometimes heavy to be hearing others, but I found it great. I enjoy a lot hearing the other people's stories, the struggles and the challenges others are going through, and I saw myself reflected in some of the things, in a lot of things others were saying. So I felt like really close to all these people. When you're there hearing other struggles, for some reason it gets you so close to those people in no time. Listen, I have met people that I know for years, and I don't feel as close as I feel to those girls I met there for just 1 week. That's how deep this whole thing was. It's nice to get into the reality of others. I think you become more aware and way less self-centered. It's not just about us and what bothers us. Sometimes I get to spend a lot of time on my own, and it's really nice to see that it's not all about us and it's not all about our problems. I don't know, I think you kind of sink into your problems thinking, they are so big. This was about sharing, listening, and feeling this like brotherhood, sisterhood sort of thing. Some of the best things I took from this whole week did not come from the person who was running it, who is a psychologist, but most of the amazing things that I heard and made a click in my head came from the other people talking about their struggles, and that was absolutely unexpected from me. I was just kind of thinking I was going to learn from this psychologist, and it's great. Or I learn from my fellow attendants of that course. I don't see this as a leisure trip. It was actually really tough to revisit old memories that were dark or not so pleasant. But also, on the flip side of that, some of the memories I revisit were super nice. We have some great guided meditations, and one guided meditation was to, connect with my inner child. And I had to imagine at some point of this meditation that I was in my mom's tummy, and I felt so close to my mom, and then I was seeing my father and imagining, and they were in their 20s. I was being born in a hospital, and I see them so young and like having probably one of the happiest days of their lives. I saw them scared, and I saw them so innocent and, I don't know, charming, and it made me connect them. This meditation made me connect to them from a place I never did. I want to sit here to romanticize this whole experience. I've been mentioning before, it's been tough. And yes, it's been hard work on myself. It was very exhausting at times, but I felt like I took such a weight from my shoulders. I definitely feel lighter and more vibrant. It was so nice to take some of the things that were there stagnant in a corner. You know, it was nice to talk about these things, and I feel it was so needed to do this kind of interior cleaning. But all this information also overwhelmed my mind a lot. I think it will take me a long time to, for all this to set inside me. Maybe it will take weeks, months, or even years. Facing big fears and difficult moments from the past, it's challenging, but it helped me a lot also to organize my head in such a better place. Sometimes I thought I'm okay, but then when I go back to the past and I tell certain things and I feel pain in my chest or my stomach, I realize I haven't processed this yet. And it's amazing to be able to speak about this again. And it felt like, organizing my mind. You know, when you have your computer and it looks okay, but inside is an absolute mess. I felt like I organized so much in my head in this week. Like I freed up so much space. Now, do you need to go to this 1 week retreat to better yourself? No, by no means. You don't need to do this. You don't need to travel this far. You don't need to spend all this money. All you need is to be disciplined, to put every single day or a few days a week time for yourself to work on those things that trigger you and that make you feel uncomfortable. I just needed to travel alone because all these, since became a mom, I've been so close to my daughter. I never get far from her for more than a few hours. So I felt this need to have a trip on my own. If I have to summarize this video in just one image, this would be it. Beauty. They say it fades. They say it wanes. They say if you don't have it, then that's quite a shame. But it's not a possession. We all see it differently, not just a preserve of youth. How beautiful it's to live in a world where nothing lasts forever. We must learn to fall in love with the love inside us. Only then every moment living will be worth dying for. If you do what's easy, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. I always think that actually nothing great should come easily. It's not just art, it's an internal rebellion that kicks the soul into healing, into speaking. Let your subconscious speak its mind with art therapy. Just the art of creating, it's cathartic, calming, and relaxing. Wanna be happy? Have zero expectations of others. Realize that no one owes you anything. And also try to keep in mind that there is no universal right, only what's right for you. If you enjoyed this video, then I'm sure you will quite like this one too.